Hello everyone and welcome to my channel PK's Arena. And tell me guys, how are you feeling ahead of this clash against PSG? How are you feeling that how will Barca cope up with this PSG side, with this Luis Enrique, who has been an ex-manager of Barca? Tell me in the comments, how do you see this game, as how are the chances of Barca progressing to the semi-finals? Because today we will be discussing about the tactical preview of this game and how Xavi can do a favor to Barcelona by putting them in the semi-finals of this UEFA Champions League. So let's discuss everything in the tactical preview. Luis Enrique said in his post-match press conference that it will be a war against Barcelona, and Xavi also mentioned the same thing in his press conference, that it will be a war between Barcelona and PSG, and it will be very intense war. So let's start with the starting lineup that Barcelona will have. We will have Ter Stegen in the goal. Then in the backline we will have same backline: Koundé, Araujo, Kupasi and Cancelo. Our midfielders will be Pedri, Gundogan and Frenkie de Jong, and we need 100% fit Frenkie de Jong in this match, because we cannot do that same mistake again and again, and we are not having Sergi Roberto and Christensen due to accumulation of yellow cards. So it will be a big blow to that defensive midfielder position that was occupied by Christensen, and now Frenkie de Jong and Gundogan will be there in that holding midfielders role. So how are you seeing this midfield positions? Or you will want to see four midfielders where Fermin Lopez can be included to take over the control in this very important clash? Comment down your opinion about this. And the attackers will be Raphinha, Lewandowski, and the main question rises here: will Xavi start Lamine Yamal, or he will go with Joao Felix, who is in super form? And if Felix comes in, that means Raphinha will go back to his natural position, right wing. Or we can see Ferran Torres in this game, who is not in his very best form. So comment down your formation, whether Xavi will go with natural 4-3-3 or with a four midfielders packed up and two strikers ahead, Raphinha and Lewandowski. So Xavi will likely go with that traditional 4-3-3 with Lamine Yamal on the right wing. There is a certain reason why Xavi will go with that formation, because Raphinha will help Cancelo in his defensive duties, because now Hakimi is back in this PSG squad, so he will be a threat on that right flank. So we need defensive partnership from Raphinha and Cancelo to avoid those early attacks from PSG. So now let's talk about Luis Enrique's PSG side. How will they line up? So there will be Donnarumma in the goal. Then there will be four defenders. Those are Hakimi on the right back side, and Nuno Mendes on the left back side, and Marquinhos and Lucas Hernandez will play as centre backs for this game. And their midfielders will be Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz and Kangin Lee or Zaire Emery. Both are superb players for PSG. Zaire Emery is a young gun that has proved his worth, and he is a good player in that midfielder role. And front three will be Ousmane Dembele, Kylian Mbappe, and Barcola. So now, if you see, then Luis Enrique will try to take that early goal from Barca, because if that goal comes, then score comes to the level and then PSG can dominate Barca. But here our fans play a crucial role in this game, because from the statistics, the stadium is sold out for tomorrow's game, and we want to see our fans cheering very loud against this PSG side, and especially against Ousmane Dembele, because Dembele blatantly celebrated after scoring his first goal against Barca, and he did not have any shame, and he celebrated like he wanted to go from here. And that's what fans will show him in this game. Whenever he will be there on the sidelines, fans will show their power to this fraud whom Barca treated as an asset, but he refused and he chose money over loyalty. And now, if we talk about Luis Enrique's tactics, then there will be a combination of front three that will be rotating, because in the first leg, Mbappe was kept quiet on that left wing side by Koundé and Araujo. But one thing that was unnoticed in the first leg was Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes was constantly keeping the threat along with Mbappe, because both the centre backs and right back were focusing on Mbappe. But Nuno Mendes, he was making those insider runs. So it will be a cautious thing, because if Nuno Mendes catches the attention of Jules Koundé, then it will be one-on-one with Araujo and Mbappe, and that can be a 50-50 battle. Although Araujo is a beast, but we cannot ignore Mbappe. Remember the World Cup final where Argentina were leading 2-0, and within the span of 2 minutes, Mbappe changed the game with scoring 2 goals. Mbappe changed the game by scoring 2 goals in 2 minutes. So that's why we cannot ignore Mbappe. And another threat is Barcola, because if you see in the second half of first leg, Barcola was constantly keeping threat. He was constantly getting those space in the box that he was arriving, but there was Araujo and Kubarsi who made excellent interceptions and excellent blocks to deny him for the goal. But he was lethal in that game, and we have to keep that in mind, because now he will combine with Hakimi, and Hakimi is very dangerous from that right hand side. So that's why we need Raphinha along with Cancelo, so that defensively we are protected on that side. And whenever Hakimi will go forward, Raphinha will have that extra space on that left wing side, so he will be able to perform more from that wing rather than coming on the right wing. So that's why Xavi will go with 4-3-3 and Raphinha will be on the left wing side. So now let's talk about the midfield of PSG, and that will be Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and Zaire Emery or Kang In Lee. And we saw what they can do in the first leg, because if you see, then Vitinha made an excellent run in that second goal, and that was unmarked by Sergi Roberto, and that's why they got that goal. Otherwise PSG would not have scored that goal. And also in the first goal, if you see, Frenkie de Jong, if he would have been 100% fit, then he would have made that tackle to Dembele, but he was not fit, and that's why Dembele got the chance to score the goal. So it will be important to see Frenkie performing at his 100% fitness, and Gundogan and Pedri will have to provide in the attack, because Lewandowski's hold-up play was excellent in that game, and we want to see that again. But this time we want to see Lewandowski scoring those screamers against this not so informed Donnarumma. If you see the game, then Donnarumma was in very much pressure. That was visible from that game, because he was constantly moving here and there when Raphinha was there attacking. And in that corner, that goal line clearance by Nuno Mendes, if you see, Donnarumma came forward to punch the ball, but he mistimed it and the goal was open, but Nuno Mendes saved them. But this time we don't want any of them to save the goal, and we want our Lewandowski to score the goal in this match. And if you see, Marquinhos was kept quiet on that right back side, but now he will be playing a centre back, and PSG has this thing that Marquinhos will play a loop ball or crossfield pass to Mbappe for that blistering pace to tear down the defense of opposition. And they will try this definitely, because this is their one of the attacks that has made them very surviving in this kind of games, and it will be crucial to see how we cope up with that. Also, one thing is there, can Kubarsi play a DMF role? Because if you see, in the last season, Christensen was the one who was making those long passes to our attackers, and this time Kubarsi is that type of a player who does this kind of long passes to attackers for that goal, and that's why Christensen was very effective in that DMF role, just like Busquets. Because if you see, Busquets' intelligence, that was way higher than any player. He is best in his position, but after this, Christensen was a very good DMF because of his interceptions, his long ball passes, and his crucial blocks, and that is what Kubarsi is doing. So can Xavi play Kubarsi in that role? We have to find out in the match only, because that is some very risky decision, and I do not feel Xavi will go with that. But we can try that in our league matches to see how Kubarsi plays in that DMF role, because he is a great ball playing centre back, and that will be very helpful in that position. So comment down what are your predictions for this game's scoreline. I believe it will be 3-1 for Barca. That one goal will be from Kylian Mbappe. He will be able to goal. He will be able to score that one goal. This time he won't be kept quiet, because this time I have this feeling Kylian Mbappe can show us why he is coming to Real Madrid and why he is a great attacking threat in this PSG side. Also, it will be great to see Dembele getting paid for those celebrations. He will have to pay for his sins, and that's what we want to see from our players. And substitutions, that will play a major role, because in the first leg Xavi's substitutions made the change and made an impact, instant impact in the game. So it will be great to see how Xavi chooses his substitutions, because Joao Felix can come in the second half, and Vitor Roque is also good in that wing side. So it will be interesting to see how Xavi chooses his subs, and can Fermin be the part of starting 11 or not? Comment down your opinion, and if you like my content, then hit like, share and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you have missed the past video of UCL match preview and that reaction on that first leg game, then check it out from here. Link is here. so you can tap on the link and watch the video. Thank you for tuning in.